What's up, guys? Today we're back on an adventure exploring the historic Westside in Las Vegas. We're starting in 1923 at the Las Vegas Grammar School, aka the historic Westside School. The Las Vegas Grammar School was primarily for the local Native Americans at the time. It was built in 1923 as a two-room school, and then 2 more rooms were added in 1928. And a second building in 1948. This school is the oldest remaining school in Las Vegas. In 1930, the African American population was only 150. And then in the 50s, it grew to over 4,000 due to the gunnery range. Nellis Air Force Base is what it's known as today. There was also a magnesium plant that was around that produced parts for aircrafts during World War II that employed African American people. But then the Hoover Dam project came in 1928, and there was a huge population boom. It brought over 20,000 people to Boulder City. Boulder City was like a federal city, which is essentially a city that was ran by the federal government, created by the federal government, and it was really only created because of this Hoover Dam project, which was a federal project, which is where it would get the name Federal City. Anyway, when that happened, it basically caused a lot of problems for African American people. The mayor at the time displaced the African American population to the historic West Side, is what it's known as today. They did that by basically not offering business licenses to African American people, and unless they moved. And so everyone had no choice. And so they put everybody within this 3-mile radius called the historic West Side. And it was divided by the highway, which used to be divided by the railroad. And then they put this giant concrete wall, which if you go watch my Harrison House video, you'll see the wall that I'm talking about. And there was no exit off the highway. It was basically just this corralled, cornered area with blocked off from the white community. But the African American population thrived, and they continued to build community and see success in that. The reason I'm starting here in the video is basically because this is where it all began. Mayor Ernie Cragen was the mayor that was displacing African American people. During the time that all that was happening, this school basically was an only African American school. It was basically the only place that African Americans were welcome, and it was because it was in that little 3-mile radius that Las Vegas and the white population had decided to put them in. The Las Vegas historic West Side was a bustling neighborhood until about 1967, and that's when the desegregation efforts happened, which the treaty was signed at the Moulin Rouge location, even though the casino was closed already. You can watch my video on the Moulin Rouge, which I will be covering as well. From 1971 to 2015, this school was owned by a local radio station, KCEP. And then in 2015, the city of Las Vegas restored this location for $12.5 million. Today, the radio station's still here, and this is also just a bunch of business offices for the city of Las Vegas and things like that. That pretty much wraps up the tour of the historic Westside School. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to be dropping a ton of videos on the historic West Side, so check them all out this week. Thanks.